Well, good damn afternoon, Americans. Jericho Green here with you once again. Guys, I'm confused. I jogged my memory. I haven't had any head trauma recently. I checked the sky. There's no pigs flying. I haven't been to hell, so I don't know if it's frozen. But there's a group, not a group, there's an initiative being put forward by some Democrats. One of them worked for Kamala, the Ugandan nightmare, on her failed campaign. Americans across the country on November 5th, 2024 said, hell no to her. But one of the guys who was on her team is part of this group that is putting forward an initiative. What's it called? The acronym is SAM, and it stands for Speaking to American Men. Roll Raggy? What? Why are you doing this now? We're in late May of 2025, and you guys are talking about some shit you should have done pre-November 2024. Speaking to American men. Why weren't you speaking to us before? Why weren't you speaking to us for years? Now it's too late. Not only did you lose the presidency, you lost the House, you lost the Senate, you lost your minds, and you're losing public support. You're losing the support of public opinion. It's shifting. You guys went too far, and you left these American men that you're wanting to speak to so badly behind. Too little, too damn late. Guess how much this is going to cost? What kind of price tag would you put on a group of people that are going to start speaking to American men? How much is that going to cost? Are you going to be paying for people's flights to go to these men they want to speak to? Are you going to be taking these men out to dinner? Are you going to have a studio for them to come to? I don't understand the expenses of it, but I can tell you how much it's going to cost. I can tell you the price tag that they put on it. What are you thinking? $1 million? $2 million? $5 million? You can't be thinking 10 million. No way. 15 million. That is far too much money for a group that wants to, quote, speak to American men to spend. Don't be ridiculous. Of course, it's $20 million. These fools found other fools to give them money to the tune of $20 million to, quote, speak to American men. What a waste. How many fingers are these funds going to pass through? How many hands are going to be in this $20 million cookie jar to do what? And guess what they're going to do? I'll put a link to an article so you can read this bullshit yourself. They're going to do focus groups on where are men? What do men do? Do they watch in these podcasts that they watch and sports and shooting and beer? What do men do? Why don't you ask a man? And a man, it doesn't even have to be a man that's not a Democrat. It doesn't even have to be a Republican man. There are real men in the Democrat Party, not the fringes, not the psychos, but the people who are left behind, the RFKs of the world. Even Trump, he was abandoned by the Democrat Party. But don't ask the kind of men that you're trying to force on your demographic, that you're trying to force on your voting block. Tim No Balls Walls, who look like Elmer Fudd out there trying to shoot and load a shotgun. That's the man, that's who's redefining masculinity, is a perverted gym teacher. Come on, man. But they're serious as a heart attack. $20 million to do something that should cost you zero. Maybe Kamala should have gone on the Theo Von podcast or Joe Rogan, like Trump did. Why did she put herself in front of millions of men's eyeballs and not the way she usually does it? Why wouldn't she do that? They knew, her handlers, her, the machine, deep state, whoever, China, other foreign entities, they knew that she couldn't withstand the pressure. And these weren't going to be gotcha moments. These weren't going to be setups. These were just going to be conversations. And cyborgs who are not real humans, real authentic human beings, cannot do conversations. Imagine bumping into Kamala the Ugandan nightmare at a dinner party. And if your eardrums didn't shatter from her cackling and you were able to hold on, to carry on a conversation, what would that be like? Could she do it? What does she talk about? Doritos? Because she's like you. She's a down-to-earth, real American. I eat Doritos. Actually, it's just Doritos, but it says Doritos. Kamala, it's Doritos. I eat these Doritos. Remember Bill de Blasio, the failed mayor of New York City during the sweet and sour sniffles lockdowns? He was sitting there offering you free burgers and fries if you just get the poke. And he sat there, and I'm going to put a link to that video too, because sometimes it's funny to go back and look at the bullshit they tried to push past us and push on us. But he's sitting there eating French fries, and he's like, these French fries are delicious. And you will get, ooh, what's this, a burger? Oh, yummy. You know, he's not used to eating that peasant food. What is this now? Frog one? This burger? They don't eat like us. They don't eat commoners' food. What's this? Ribs? I say, old boy, hand me what do you call that beer? Budweiser. Let me try your beer. My boss, he's really riding my ass at work. And he wants me to put in the overtime. I'm just trying to go watch my son's baseball game on Saturday. Is this how you commoners speak to each other? They're not like us. They're not regs. They're not normies. They can't hold up. They can't carry on. Bitch, go. People, it's a stop sign. Whoever was first, you go next. Anyway, they don't know how to live like us and talk like us. That's why she didn't go to the Theo Vons and Joe Rogans of the world. 20 minutes in, she would fold. You ever have a paper plate get wet? After about 30 seconds, she'd start falling apart. That would have been Kamala. That would have been Tim No Balls Walls. So now that you've chased all the men away, remember? Toxic masculinity. The most dangerous people in this country are white men and Christian men and straight men, and your son is too rambunctious. He jumped over another student. We want to put him on Ritalin. Men in their wars and their fighting. Oh, you're so mean. You're so brash. You're so tough. We don't want our men to be like that. I don't need no men. Men ain't shit. Remember? Those harpies? Those barren womb harpies on The View? Talking about, who was that? Anna Navarro? What are men good for? What do we need the men, my friend? Ay, ay, ay. What do we need men for? Men are dumb. Women can do it now. Women have advanced. They don't need men for protection and providing. They can do it themselves. They took a CrossFit class. They took a self-defense class. They got on top of a rubber dummy and gave it some elbows to the face. They're ready. They don't need men anymore. Men. Women are going to college more, graduating more than men. Women are making more money than men. We don't need these stupid men anymore. Go, men, go. You're not needed anymore. The women can do it all themselves. But now that you got your ass whooped, now that you've been politically curb stomped, the American voter went out and gave you the American History X on the curb. Now you want men back. Come back. You're no longer toxic. You're no longer mean. We need you now. They want men to be their yo-yo. When we need you, come here. When we don't, get away. You're bad. You're terrible. But they're going to spend $20 million to find out, what do men want? How do we get men back? Give me that $20 million and I'll tell you in 30 seconds what men want and how you can get them back. Stop preaching. Stop telling them that they're terrible simply because they're a man. Stop telling them they're perverts or they're violent simply because they're a man. Remember who would you rather be stuck in the forest with, a man or a bear? And you had these women who probably 1 or 2 points away from riding on a bus that was shorter than most of the other students and getting out a half hour early so you don't bite people. Those are the ones who are agreeing, I'd rather be out there with a bear because, like, the bear doesn't have misogyny and the bear's not going to assault me, and maybe, like, with the bear, I could, like, pick berries for it and live in a cave and we could, like, fall asleep together. Now you want the men back that you chased off on every level. Academia, politics, entertainment. Men are terrible. Women are better. Women can do it. Stupid ass Marvel movies they came out with, all those dumbass movies they came out with where the girls are kicking ass. I saw one the other day. I didn't watch the movie, but I saw a trailer. Jessica Alba was ex-Special Forces, and she's going back to her small hometown so she can investigate the murder of her dad. Oh, it was so stupid. Jessica Alba, J-Lo had one. What was it called? Mother? Get the fuck out of here. These movies are stupid. Atomic Blonde, Peppermint. Oh, man, here's one for you. Here is one for you. All right? If you have the time, if you like bad movies, if you're like me, and you just have, I don't know what it is in me, but I'm a glutton for cinematic punishment. I'm talking a shit movie like Bulletproof Monk, Green Lantern. Have you guys seen Madam Web? Oh my goodness. Speaking of, every Thursday night, 7:30 Pacific Standard Time, myself, Gabe El Taib, we break down action movies and sometimes shitty ones on Double Impact. Check it out. And since we're taking care of business, I got to tell you guys real quick about Patriot Protect. We go to these huge companies, these box stores, we give our information via our debit or credit card, and we think, you wouldn't sell off my info. Walmart, yes they would. Walmart just got in trouble for that very thing, selling your information to the highest bidder, whether it be criminal or not. It goes from the annoying phone calls, have you gotten an oil change on your vehicle yet? To them stealing your identity, opening bank accounts, lines of credit in your name. You can be protected from this with Patriot Protect. They scour over 100 sites. They scour the black web, the dark web, all the webs to remove your information, both present and past, old addresses, phone numbers, family names. If you Google yourself, it's kind of scary, but they will take care of it for you and they maintain it. They don't just wipe it away, clean it. They don't scrub you from the internet and then stop. They go back with regular maintenance to make sure we don't have any flare-ups. PatriotProtect.com/Jericho. And if you use the promo code Jericho, all caps, you get 50% off of your annual subscription. That is PatriotProtect.com/Jericho. So, they're wanting you back, man. They chased you off. They told you that you were horrible. You were despicable. You were evil. Simply because you were a man. And now they're going to drop 20 mil to get you back. That is so dumb. Here's how you do it. Leave them alone. Stop preaching. Stop condemning them. Stop saying you're better than them. Let them live their lives. Let them do their thing, because you don't really want what you think you want. They think they want a world with no men. They think it's going to be some kind of utopia where there's always harps playing in the background and fields to frolic in. You think men are the cause of the problem. That's not true. Men are the solution. Are there some bad ones? Yes, very few. I don't know why you guys keep wanting us to be these monsters you see on some Lifetime movie that you're watching on the couch with a box of tissues next to you, but the overwhelming majority of men just aren't as evil as you want them to be. Just like the people who claim America is racist. It's just not as racist as they want it to be. We don't have the racism to meet the demand. But you don't want this world that you think you want without men. It's a terrible, dark, and deadly place. First of all, it's going to fall apart. You're not going to get the trash. You're not going to keep the sewer going. You're not an electrician. You're not a plumber. You're not a firefighter. You're not a cop. Now, are there females in these fields? Yeah, but there's about 3 of them. Not enough to maintain the world. So first of all the infrastructure is going to stop. Your toilet's going to back up. Your food's going to go rotten. Your car's going to stop working. The lights are going to go out. And you're going to turn that faucet. No water's coming out. Now the wolves and the bears and the mountain lions and the predators and the coyotes. All those noises that cause you to clutch us tight and put your cold ass feet up against our thigh. They're gonna come a knocking because they know the lights are out. They know the men aren't there, and it's just a bunch of scared women. The predators are gonna start creeping back into the burbs, creeping back into the cities, and all they're gonna hear as they prowl the streets looking for an easy meal is coming from every house. Because you weren't paying attention when your husband tried to show you how to use the gun. You were thinking about Pinterest and what reality show is going to be on. Are the Kardashians going to get more lip filler? And he's showing you how to hold it. If you hold it like this, it's less kickback. But you weren't listening. So now you have a safe full of guns that you don't know how to use. So guess who's going to come a scratching and a sniffing at your front door? But you don't need men. Forget us. Could you imagine if we did that? As some way we were able to split the world in half. Women, you live over here. Men, you live over here. Could you imagine the difference in the societies? Could you imagine if just build a big wall in between the two societies so we can't mix? On the woman's side, you're going to hear, it's going to sound like a lot of crying. And then it's going to go quiet because the animals are going to win. And on the men's side, it's going to be like if you go into one of those halls of like Vikings and they just want to battle and they're singing some song that all the warriors sang for the last 500 years and they're clanging steins of mead together, laughing in brotherhood, telling the story of how he buried a battle axe in this dude's face. Lights are on. It's warm when it needs to be. It's cool when it needs to be. Yeah, it would suck without the women. Let me tell you, that's going to suck. There's going to be a lot of jergens sold, but they don't want what they think they want. But anyway, to wrap it up, $20 million for them to figure out a problem that they created. Meet me in the comments. What do you think? Am I off base or am I on base? 20 mil? To figure out how to get men back? Why'd you chase them off? But you know how it goes. I try to be done with the left, but they just won't let me. I'm out.